Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tony Hanson, joined by Vin B and Vinny Pro, and today we're looking about how to play Carcassonne Hunters and Gatherers on TABLETOPIA.com. If you're not familiar with Tabletopia, it's a great place to play virtual board games with your friends anywhere in the world. It's a lot of fun, and they have a lot of games in there. So the first thing you're going to notice is the bottom right-hand corner has a video interface. That's right. Tabletopia has a built-in video interface that goes along with the audio interface and also with obviously text chat. So it makes it even easier to communicate with anyone who's playing that game with you. That chat is $4.99 as of now, as of filming this. And it's cool because only one person needs to have it. So one person can have it and get paid for that subscription. And then the other people in the party can actually just benefit and join in just because that one person has it. You'll notice that this is a very intuitive platform. And just to give you an idea about that, it's great because what you're seeing is only what you're seeing, which means you're not hogging the space. You're not rolling the camera for someone else on their screen. You're only doing it for your perspective. And you can move it around by hand, just as you were playing any typical RTS game. You grab the map and you move it around. It's a 3D environment. It's pretty easy to see that. But it's cool is because you have features using hotkeys just in numbers. If you put in 0, you'll get a standard given placement of the camera. And then if you press 1, you'll give usually the second placement. But you can make more. Let's say for some reason I want to go to the board over here. I'm going to go down, zoom in. Let's say I like that. I press Shift, and in this example, Shift 2. You notice it's saved. So now I'm going to go back over here. And let's say I want to go back real quick because I'm playing the game and time is of the essence. Instead of pressing Shift 2, which is what I pressed to set it up, I pressed just 2, and it goes right back to it. So the camera angles and perspective are great. And again, it's just one part of the intuitive play on Tabletopia. So let's go into the game right now with Vin B and take us through the rules a little bit and take us through just how the game interfaces on the digital platform.
Yeah, so Carcassonne Hunters and Gatherers rather, is a great game. Carcassonne's been around for a long time. This is one of the newer additions to the platform and to the series rather. And I mentioned before, I mentioned to people in the past, like this is a great intro game for people who are new to board gaming, people who haven't been into the sphere outside of something like Monopoly and the mainstream games. It's very simple and straightforward, and the platform is very easy to work with here. So you could see, obviously one of the benefits of Tabletopia right off the bat is the fact that everything's set up for you, so you don't have to worry about going in there and setting up all the tiles and shuffling everything. So you have that from the start. So over here we can just grab a tile right from the pile and put it out. You press F to flip the tile, or you can right click. And for people who played Carcassonne before, you'll be able to sit here and place the tile right into the grid system, match it up, make sure you have your rivers lined up, your forests lined up, and you can keep on placing the tiles. You can also very easily just grab your meeples, or your huts in this case with the hunter-gatherers, and drag them and put them right on the board, right on the tile where you need to place them, whether it's on the river or if you want to have them laying on the side, you can hit F and flip them so they're laying down on the side as hunters on the tile. And Tony's over here. He's placing some of them. You also have the right-click menu to do a lot of the interactions that you need when you want to rotate or flip tiles or meeples. You can do that all right there. And that little lock symbol in the upper right-hand corner is also great. It's one of the things that we don't talk about as much, but it's great because you lock the tile in place to prevent people accidentally clicking and moving things around.
What I'm liking too is I noticed it looks like it's dropping to the grid as well, so it's not like you have to worry about being off a little bit. It just automatically drops to the grid, and then, like you said, you can lock it in place if it's important. Plus, you don't have to really worry about people like shuffling the table and things getting pushed around all over the place.
Right, and now it's F just to flip, and also if you need to rotate, it's Q or E, all on the keyboard, very easy.
Yep.
So what about this board down here, Vin?
So that's the scoreboard. You're keeping track of your scores, you're moving pieces along. Tony, grab them right there. That's the marker chips that you got. You got one for each of the players. So as they cross the 50 and 100 points, hopefully everybody's doing well enough that they get them. But you can have the separate markers, and then right below that is a little already scored markers, which people who played Hunters and Gatherers know. As you're scoring at endgame, you need that to help track what you scored, what you haven't scored, and canceling things out with the saber-tooth tigers. So
two things I want to point out real fast that Tony didn't show before is if you hover over the orange cards, right, and you right click, you can actually, anything that's stackable, you can actually shuffle or draw multiple from, right? So, I mean, go down to the little 2 crossed arrows on the bottom right there. Yep, and that'll shuffle the cards for you. And then if you hover it over again, right click again. If you want to draw, say, multiple for some strange reason, if you're playing a card game or something else, you can draw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 50 of them, and it'll bring them into your hand, as you can see, as they're up close to you. And then you can just drag them out to the table itself and drop them as needed.
So that's Carcassonne, guys, Hunters and Gatherers. I'm Tony Hansen for Audio Dungeon, joined by Vin B and Vinny Pro, and we'll see you next time.